guys? Welcome to C.O.B. podcast. I'm your host, GAV. To my right, host, go ahead. Billy D. We also got our special guest,
Dwight.
Mr. Dwight. Hey, so today's episode, first off, we in a new location. We kind of upgraded a little bit.
Yeah.
We got a little banner in the back. Follow, like, and subscribe. It's like the news weather type channel.
Yeah, like when you on like the newscast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the what are the people called? The
meteorologist.
Meteorologist. Okay.
Meteorologist. Yeah. It's kind of like it looked cool on the monitor we're looking at, but this is just a green screen. And it's
you
new.
know everybody though. I'm pretty sure they know already.
They know. I'm just saying, like, I'm like, that's cool, but then I'm like trying to point at something. I gotta kind of do what they do.
Yeah.
Like you look in there, and the weather's coming from the southeast corner. There's gonna be snow on Tuesday. All right, y'all. So C.O.B. podcast. Today we're gonna get into basically a topic of veterans separating. Everybody go through this, right?
Yeah.
Leaving active duty, no matter what your branch is. Even though I heard certain branches are better than others.
I don't know. I don't know how it is for the Air Force, but I thought like the transition is kind of like almost the same, like as far as like classes and stuff like that that's mandatory for you to go through. So that would aid in your transition, So
I heard that too.
Yeah.
What you think of that?
I've actually heard that it depends and varies per base. Because I talk about TAPS. I know it's different for the Army, what they call it, but some people that I either interacted with after service had never been through TAPS, which helped me.
All right.
So,
and I'm deaf, so you got to yell more for me because I'm over.
It helps.
I'm over reading your lips, so we all got to speak louder. And I think the mic's in the middle of the room. So you saying it's different between duty stations?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I heard different branches, like you were saying.
Yeah, different branches. Yeah.
I heard the worst. Y'all, can y'all guess what I heard the worst branch was?
Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real?
And I heard that from a Marine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really don't know too many Marines, so I wouldn't know.
I met a couple of them. They said he just got out. They ain't telling me nothing. I met him in Columbus State, matter of fact.
For real? How the hell you just get out?
They let him out. Like he said, maybe duty station.
Oh, yeah.
He said he got out, and I was telling him stuff, basic stuff because I got out in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing that I know now back then, and I was telling him just a little bit of stuff like, yeah, man, when you build, make your own resume, X, Y, Z. He like, make your own resume, getting out the. When y'all do that? I'm like, when you get out, it's a class.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just him, but he was like, man, I just got out. That was it.
That's
I
weird.
think people in the Marines like to be abused because they like. I was gonna say that like they only love you when you're in, but they don't even. I think they love you as soon as you sign the line.
Boy,
and then
get on the pull-up, do the pull-ups. I think that's every branch though. Like they kind of stop like messing with you when you decide to get out and
right.
transition, because that's how it was for me by Fort Hood. So I was like on my own. Well, my unit was about to deploy anyway, so that kind of really don't count. But yeah,
you ain't gonna cut you off when I said pull up. But what you were saying? You was like,
yeah,
they treat them good coming in.
Oh, they don't.
They don't care for them once they get. Because it's a cult. It's like a brotherhood.
Yeah. Once you decide to
You turn your back on the Marines.
right.
You're supposed to die in this shit.
Yeah. What would you guys say was like a struggle when you first got out? Like, what was the main priority for you, like day one when you were out?
The first thing I kind of struggled with when I first got out, probably just like the whole overall of not like I'm accountable for myself and myself only, versus being accountable for this soldier, that soldier, or even just like the discipline aspect of it. Like if I don't have to get up, I'm not going to get up. You know what I'm saying? That kind of played a big thing in my transition. What about you?
That's a good point. Basically, the getting out of it, there is, I don't even know if this is the right word, residual effect. I don't think it becomes real until after 30 days. Most people are allowed to take 30-day leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know you out until you ain't got no squad leader, team leader, or first sergeant, or a squadron. Say, hey, your leave is up. When you checking in, make sure you shave.
Right.
I don't think your brain really know you out until like 90 days out.
Yeah.
And you might still be in contact with some of your buddies, so you kind of still playing text messages with them.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all doing right now? Hey man, we at PT, man. You know what we doing? You're like, oh my bad, let me hit you back later.
Right.
I think the biggest thing getting out of that was the question, was telling your brain, like you kind of were saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna. I'm out. I'm out here by myself now.
Yeah, it's a little transition, just like getting acclimated with not being in the military no more and not have to do military things. Is like it's a little bit of a change, mentally and physically, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I say that. Do we answer that? How do you think we?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't think I wasn't in as long as these guys.
It don't matter.
I'm saying that for the crowd.
Oh, okay.
But when I got out, I think I like, nobody like was really like excited when I got out. Like only my dad wanted to have a beer. My mom was like, "What are you doing back?" And then
When did you get here? Type deal.
When you going back?
I mean, like sometimes I go to church with my mom, and it's been 6 years, and people are like, "Are you still in Germany? Well, how's the military? What are you doing back?" I'm like, "Bro, I've been here like 17 times in the last 6 years. What's going on?" But yeah, I jumped into the grind like super early. I got a job at a factory. We'll never do that again. But
that's the one place I didn't work when I got out. I guess I was a truck driver, so it's technically kind of
Yeah, I truck drive too.
Yeah. When did you guys get connected with the VA?
Like as far as what you mean?
First, like enrollment, like what pushed you to like think like I need to go to the VA, like because you don't get automatically enrolled, like you got to go there. So.
Well, you know, like when you first get out, you do like your before you even get out, you know, you got like your VA claims and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you just wait around for that, and then once you get your decision and all that stuff back, and then you get your percentage, and then you can enroll for VA healthcare, pretty much. But as far as like VRE and school and all that stuff, it didn't happen until a little bit later, probably like a couple months. Probably like a couple months after I moved back here. So my buddy actually put me onto VRE. He told me about it. And then
He told me about it.
Yeah, I told him about that. And then I enrolled in it, had my interview and all that stuff, and then I was good to go for school. So yeah, probably like a couple months afterwards. But I didn't know nothing about VRE. They didn't tell us nothing about VRE when I first got out, because we all knew it as voc rehab. But that was for like if you wanted to do like welding school or something like that. They didn't ever say like you can go to regular school.
That's because it changed.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Voc rehab is like within the last, I would say, you guys got out, so that was pretty Trump. I would say like right, I don't know whose administration or whatever.
Well, I got out in 2022.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I got out 13.
Yeah.
I want to say
That was Obama for sure.
that was Obama.
Yeah.
He was in Obama.
Okay.
But voc rehab and what they cover has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're from 2022, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Pretty changed for me. Yeah.
It changed.
That's
from-
why I know about it till he told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, for me, because he said that's when he connected. You said a couple months after.
Yeah.
Me rating. You were talking about rating, right?
Yeah.
Okay, getting rated like disability rating, not just the educational benefits.
Yeah, I was talking about the
Rating.
disability and the healthcare.
Oh, okay.
Healthcare.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that all kind of plays.
So when did you do the healthcare rating and disability? When did you?
Before I got out.
See, he did out because I was about to say that
Yeah.
I kind of felt like he probably was thinking education benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And so just kind of, because I'm gonna go after you.
Oh.
How did all that go for you? Like just
Oh,
explain
it
to
was
someone who don't know how that
Oh
works.
yeah, it was smooth. It was did all my appointments and everything before I got out. Had to wait about 4 months, I think. Once I was like officially out, like my out date, I think I waited about 4 months before I actually got my rating back. Yeah, so
It's about 4. So you did basically you started the process while you were still in,
mm-hmm.
and then you got out. Took you about 4. You don't gotta say the rating, but was it that low? Was it low, mid, high, or was like your initial base level was like
I mean, I thought it was pretty high.
pretty decent
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
first was
Yeah.
separated?
Yeah.
For me, the VA, I think for the Army, that for the most part, what they do, if I can remember correctly, and anybody that's out there is going to know any otherwise, I think your medical sick hall records are sent to your region automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I think Columbus James VA, it was part of my out processing to make sure that the government had the correct address to send whatever was in that sick hall file, because that's what the rating is based on.
Mm-hmm.
And I necessarily never made that contact. And when I got 35%, which was underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I could do a slide tangent quick, we don't gotta spend too much time, you're not allowed to be a sick hall ranger when you're in a line unit, right? When you was 11B.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody could have rolled their ankle on a rut, but they tied it up tight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they A-cap it and then their ankle never been right, but they ain't never say nothing to nobody. I mean, I was a truck driver, it's kind of the same thing. We just needed to drive. So when I got out, I think the biggest claim was mental health, because I already was going to the Fort Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I was already going to them talking like, I'm about to lose it. Get me out. So they gave me that 35 off that, and I already had a lower back issue, but it wasn't annotated the lower back because I was being a non-sick hall ranger.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to go from like your 30% to where you at now?
Till 2020. I was 30% till 2020.
Dang, so 2 years ago. And you got out when?
2013.
Oh yeah. That's 7 years, man.
It's a long fight.
If I can say some two things. So
I've been talking too for the mic.
the taps, what we were talking about earlier, not everybody gets to do that, and I know that because I've talked to some of the instructors for taps. The out processing thing, a lot of Marines don't get to do that. A lot of people are told like not to report their things. If you're in and you have an injury that you think will be an issue once you're older, definitely report it, even if they kick you out. Because if they kick you out for an injury, bro, I mean, like what? That there's no like negative to that.
No,
you got
that should
yours
benefit
honorable.
you to record your
But also the process for getting health care. When I did my taps, I did do my out processing appointment for the medical, letting them know anything that I suffered from. It has to go back. You can't just mention something your last day that's brand new. They're not gonna. But I know that I had to take my disc and all my medical records and take that to the VA. Some people it may have been in the past, but a lot of people don't realize. They'll go to the VA and think that the VA has their medical records, and they don't, because sometimes you have to get that disc. And a lot of, I have a couple National Guard friends who got out and they weren't given their medical records, and they don't get DD-214s, and it's a very long process. So if you are a veteran or you're in a branch, make sure you have this stuff before you leave. Marine, Air Force, Army, Space Force, Coast Guard, Navy, whatever, you know.
Okay.
I can say about the Army, like that stuff is like mandatory for us to do. So, like, I didn't have to do nothing with my medical records when I enrolled in VA healthcare after I got my rating. It was already there, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to do too much, even like with my dental records and all that stuff. So that stuff is like kind of mandatory for you to even, before you even out process, like getting your DD-214 and all that stuff is like.
It is now. I think they updated it.
Oh, okay.
Not to, because, well, I mean, getting your DD-214, yes, that's
Because that's pretty important.
they'll give that to you.
There's a member for.
But what I was saying for the National Guard, the NR-22 thing that they get, because they don't get a DD-214.
National Guard's what you were saying.
But like getting your medical record, some of them don't do that. Because I got the folder, and I had to make sure that I kept that folder and all those documents in place. I still have that disc.
I do too. I got my disc. I got my disc.
Yeah, and all that stuff is online too. So
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not Vet Bros. Am I
No,
making that?
it's
It's
something.
Yeah, like
Healthy Vet.
yeah, Health Vet or something
Yeah.
like that. All that stuff is on there. Like, if you got the app on your phone, the VA. You can
Oh,
log,
yeah.
You can log into your stuff.
Right.
It has all your stuff.
That's
in
if you
there.
trust that everything's on there. That's why you want to keep that hard copy in that disc.
Yeah.
Because we know it can get real shady You'd be like, I had my left leg was, where's that at on here? It's like, oh, we don't see that. We don't see that. So having your own copy goes a long way.
True. So the next thing, what is the next important thing? So we did what our transition was like and how it like affected us. The importance of having your VA medical stuff situated before you get out. What would you say is the next thing that's important?
Employment for sure.
Okay.
What
What's that rank on that list there? Where's that? 3?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Benefits, health, education.
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Employment.
Or employment, my bad.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever heard of Ohio Means Jobs?
Yeah.
What was your experience with that?
Man, okay. So when I got out, like I said, 2013, Ohio Means Jobs. All right. So I got out. I ain't want no job for the longest. I chilled for a couple, probably as long as I had a little bit of money left. So when I finally did, I started with AMVET off 161.
Yeah.
I started with them. One day I wanted a job. Money was getting low.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get a job. Started with AMVET 161. I don't remember the lady's name. I'm gonna just call her Debbie. She signed in to the head computer lab on this floor. She was like, sign into a computer. What are you here for? I was like, I gotta get a job. She's like, oh. She started, you know how to do pamphlets, business cards.
Yep.
And then she was like, you could basically come here and do your resume. I can help you. So she helped me draft my first one, but then she got me over to Ohio Means Jobs. That's where I drove to wherever their location was at the time. I know they're on Broad now. And it was good. I feel like they really, Ohio Means Jobs gonna find you a job. And I know your story. They're gonna find you a job.
Yeah.
They're gonna find you a job. Might not be what you want. But if you don't know where to start and you're a veteran and you got nothing, you got no civilian experience, you ain't gonna know how to find a job. When I got out, people still kind of showed up at places with a resume or asking for an application.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up doing that. Before Ohio Means Jobs helped me, I had already asked for an application at AutoZone. Because I was back at that time where you used to go to a place that you wanted to work and be like, you guys hiring? You're like, yeah, hand you that. But when I went to Ohio Means Jobs, they consolidated it. I ain't taking none of the jobs they had on the paper. They had to find them all a job.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my experience.
I never did Ohio Means Jobs, so I wouldn't know what you. But for me, when I realized like there is no reason you getting out the military, especially the Army. Depends on where you get out at, that you shouldn't have some type of job or something lined up, because there's so many programs for you to do before you even get out. Like at Fort Hood, they got truck driving, they got the windmill turbine thing school you can go to, the all types of stuff you can sign up for. So there's no reason for you not to have a job. I think people that get out that don't have a job is kind of lazy, in my opinion. But hey,
it's accurate.
But what I did was I did truck driving. Mm-hmm. So I got my CDLs while I was still in, and then I got out. I started driving trucks. Yeah, so that's my story.
That was one of my jobs. That's why I was saying I never used their. I ended up doing that. What he said.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they did give me the recruitment for U.S. Express. I think that's the most they did. Every other job, U.S. Express, huh?
Yeah, U.S. Express. Okay.
U.S. Express. I think every other job. I think the job that I remember now that you told your story and stuck out to me, because I know you about to say, because I remember you told me your story.
Oh yeah.
So when you tell us, you're going to tell the audience, but I know the story, and you're absolutely right. But they had tried to put me in Worthington Steel. I was like, no. Cab driver at the time, Columbus Cab, yellow cab. No.
Mm-hmm.
And then one that stuck out to me that almost had me, and it's still hiring to this day, Reynoldsburg Police Department.
Oh yeah.
I was a hair. When I say if it wasn't for U.S. Express truck driving,
yeah, I
was a hair. I had called them and everything, because I think it's Josh too, or same guy. Remember, and then I'm meeting him through you again. I was denying all the rest of the things they had, and the only thing that stuck out was that either Dry Trucks or Reynoldsburg.
Yeah.
But at the time in 2013, I was like, nah, I ain't about to be a cop. I'm not doing that.
No, right. So how long did you drive trucks for?
I drove for a minute, but he gonna say his experience for.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you got the whole story. Tell everybody what they had you doing.
Is that go? Oh. Yeah. So I got out, 2016. I did the taps, set up a job, but no, I didn't set up a job. I don't know.
You did?
I don't know how I got yeah, so I went to all these jobs. Josh wasn't my person. It was this guy named Joseph Wyan. I'm not going to go in detail, but he was basically the catalyst that got me to school, the jobs. Also on Ohio Means Jobs, they were great pre-COVID. I don't know if it's the same now, but you could go there for like vouchers, for like gas, food. They would give you like $300 in like gift cards for Kroger. If you moved like to a new apartment, they furnish you. And I went through them for everything. They were I took every job. Some jobs, like the factory sucked. I was working with felons, which, nothing against my felon people out there, but I was 22 working next to hot wire. I mean, come on.
That's the part I wanted to. That's why I didn't cut you off, Billy, but that's the part I wanted him to share. Because he told me like that job sucked so bad and it was felons.
What job was it?
I was working at ITC, wiring, whatever. They're right off of Cleveland, or Champion on the other side, South Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it wasn't that that I was working with felons, like that was a bad thing, but when the woman came in and the person that I was matched with was like, she's gonna hook you guys up. This is a great opportunity. You're just out the military. And the woman was like, oh, I love my veterans. And then I'm in there and everybody that I work with is like, yeah, you know, I'm an abusive, I got an assault charge, or like, you know, I did this thing. And I'm like, this was the win? I'm working third shift at a freaking factory and I only get a 10-minute lunch break. What the fuck? I'm trying to stay awake. Sometimes I would fall asleep awake and I had to burn my arm on the wire to like stay awake. It was tough. Only lasted 2 weeks, but it was.
Only 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, they let me go. They were
They let you go.
They were like, no, I didn't choose to leave. I wasn't at the point where I had.
They did you a favor, dog. You was doing a hard time for just getting out the military. You could have not went to the military and did that job.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So,
but like he asked that question, that's why I wanted them to hear that because the story was explained to me. But you asked how long I was truck driving, right, Billy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brother. Dang, give me a minute, y'all. I gotta gaze into my memory real quick. I did truck driving I'd say it was 15 to 17. 2015 to 17, about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can remember correctly.
Okay. Cool. I did not that long. Couple months.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Couple months in between my transition from Fort Hood to here. So, and then I drove over summer too. So.
Who did you first start driving for?
Swift.
Swift?
Was it Swift? Yeah, it was Swift.
I was always Express.
Yeah, Swift. I think I did that for like 2 days, and then I did USA Truck for like a month, and then I did the company I was with here called Accurate. I drove with them for like a little while. Yeah, so.
You mind me asking, what's happening that 1 month time? You just wasn't messing with them?
No, USA Truck was cool. It was just it was a regional route, I think, on like every other day on their Dollar General account, and that was going to be a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And then I got with a company here in the city where I was home every day, so I'd rather do that.
No, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like employment, like and networking, let's switch into networking for a second.
Okay.
How important would you guys say networking is, and how do you do it?
To be honest, like I really didn't start networking and meeting people and all that stuff until I came here to OSU, and that's how I kind of engaged networking, getting with different programs and learning about different student organizations and all that stuff. So yeah.
Networking for me, I'm huge on networking. I did it all through the military. That's how you get to move to a different section. So networking was key from the minute I was leaving to the minute I touched down. Other than my space of time when we bothered, like I wasn't looking to talk to nobody, veteran. So I was going to add to that. I didn't even, when I separated, it was kind of a bitter feeling. I didn't want to network. I didn't want nothing to do with the Army. I didn't want nothing to do with nothing. I just wanted to come home to what I remember Columbus was. And I lived with a friend at the time. I was basically couch surfing, but I stayed with him. And I just kind of de-winded. I didn't start networking until I went to Columbus State. And then I ran into that military office over there with Jay Fuzi. That's when I got reconnected with networking and taking business cards and getting food vouchers and getting different things and somebody telling me you need to know this and you need to talk to this person. I got back into the open to you got to feed yourself. You got to make money.
Yeah. And
when you're a veteran, it's like a breadcrumb trail.
Yeah.
Because you helped me stay in Ohio State.
Right.
If I ain't meet you, that was I would have been on my GI Bill. Remember after I ran out? That's how it's been since you leave the front gate. You got every little information from different people, different veterans, is going to take you to this direction and take you here. So if you isolate for 6 months to a year, you don't talk to nobody. Then
yeah, and I can say that's how you find out about different programs and stuff that veterans can use. I think the best one I heard about was called Act Now. I think that's what it's called. And so Act Now is pretty cool because you get access to this Google thing or whatever, where you can take all these classes and get different certs. You can get your project management cert and all this cert for free, where people pay hundreds of dollars to have access to. It's pretty good. Actually, my wife's sister, she put me on to Act Now. So.
Well, good looking out.
Yeah.
We just now learned. Act Now.
Yeah.
Even
then you can get your project management cert from there too. So that's a big
Just
cert.
get a whole bunch of certs.
Yeah. Truth be told, man, LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm.
People be posting their certs. People be going crazy on the certs, and it just helps them stay motivated. And truth be told, a lot of these jobs don't give a F about your traditional degree gets you a job, but certs is getting people jobs too. Yeah, and that's a switch now.
Even just having your security clearance. I told you about my friend and his situation where he did to get his cert, and now he's out and making money with that. So it's crazy, man. Get them certs.
That means that the cert is just that classified.
Yeah.
He's making money with that. So, get a cert, you'll be successful, but nobody can talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Just get your cert and then go get that.
Hey, I'm telling you, get them cert.
Get that.
But even just having your security clearance, that's a big thing too.
Oh, def.
Yeah,
for sure.
Jobs will hire you just for having the security clearance, because they don't gotta pay somebody else to get their security clearance. So,
dang.
And I think it's good for a couple years too after you get out. It's good for a while.
It's good for 5.
5. Okay.
I need to go get one.
You got no security clearance?
I had one. I don't got no one no more.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't working nowhere where I needed that.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, yeah, you did get out. Last time ago.
I got a confidential clearance. I got a confidential clearance, bro. It's a security. You could say that if it ran out. Now you're confidential like everybody else, but normal people don't know that they're confidential.
Ooh, okay. I thought you was joking.
Well, I mean that's everybody's confidential.
Everybody got confidential,
but
they don't about base level. Okay. Yeah, I had one, and with the caveat off where he said I had ran into maybe some old a first sergeant or somebody that was senior enlisted getting out, and he was talking to a 26-year-old version of me. He's like, you know what, man, you keep your clearance up, man. But he was clearly going back into the army. He's taking his first sergeant uniform off, like so many other enlisted people. This is not a jab, but I guess I am going to stir this up personally. You could attack me. You don't got to attack nobody else up here. Some of y'all get out of the military. I'm talking E7s and above, and you claim you're a civilian. But now I'm going to ask y'all this question after I say this statement. You took off your Master Sergeant chevrons and your first Sergeant diamond, and then you just got a DOD job. You, to me, is not a civilian. All you did was just take off your uniform and got the same job on the same post. You're at the range now, or you work in the brigade and the battalion. That's not civilian. I know it says civilian. This is my own pet peeve, so I don't care who comes for me for this. Till you leave and separate completely from the military, and you really out here working in the civilian sector. So we're both civilians, but that's the real version of a civilian. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to learn a lot more by coming away from that front gate a couple 100 miles than. But anyways, I went to that tangent because it was a first sergeant that was like, keep your clearance. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna need that. I'm going to Columbus, Ohio. Ain't nobody about to ask me about no clearance.
I'm telling you, that clearance will get you a nice little job.
If I stayed in Fort Hood. Or you can still get you one.
Yeah, still can.
Well, I wasn't thinking about working for the government, so I was like,
Yeah.
all right, buddy, you know what's better than security first arm? A college degree. Go get you one, you know. Like, security clearance. I was a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't nothing.
I know the next important thing I think is like having like your finances in order.
Yes.
For sure. Because yeah, we didn't really have our finances all together when I first got out.
I didn't have it either.
Yeah.
That was the one thing they didn't teach me in tax.
It's an adjustment, man. Getting paid from twice a month to one time a month.
To not at all.
I will say that too.
Well, I'm about to say if you got VA, you know.
No, we agree with you.
Yeah.
I ain't get paid. 35% don't get you no money. I was getting like $200 a month, $300 a month. I was broke.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I was giving plasma. I was for real out here, dog.
Yeah. Financial planning is definitely important. That's why I say you gotta have a plan when you get out because it's real. That check ain't coming no more. What they say, spend it all on the first, get it back on the 15th.
When you said that, I felt that, man. That check was probably the only best thing about the military.
That check is coming.
But yeah, no matter what you did.
Even when we were like going through like the stuff, there was something going on in 2016.
I remember the government shut down.
That happened like twice when I was
Me too.
Yeah. But you still gonna get paid.
You gonna get that back pay? You gonna get paid?
I never missed a paycheck. Nope. A day in my life in the Army.
I miss some. You gotta go to. I miss some. You gotta go to the DFAS pay, but once it gets squared, once they get it together, you know you're getting paid.
Yeah,
not like a civilian job. We like, bro, hold on now. I got to quit this job.
Right.
Y'all ain't paying us.
Yeah.
I ain't coming to work.
We're not a family.
Yeah. Family here.
Yeah. And then it increases every year you was in and all that good stuff. Yeah.
That's the best thing was the pay.
So you mentioned going to AMVETS when you got out.
Yeah.
That's a civilian. That's a community thing.
Okay.
What other community support did you guys get involved with when you?
Me, nothing really. I was just on the grind trying to figure it out.
Like a man does.
Like a man do.
Yeah.
You said none?
Yeah, no, yeah. Not that I think of.
So you just when you left the front gate, you were just on a trajectory to go to college. You didn't have nobody help you get into OSU or anything. Just knew you was going to OSU.
I didn't know I was going to OSU. I thought I was about to go to Columbus State, and then I applied for OSU, and then I got the acceptance letter to OSU. I was like, oh shit. I'm surprised.
That's a home run, dog.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I had to get my high school transcripts. And when I got my high school transcripts, I said, "Oh yeah, nah, I ain't gonna."
But you went to Central State too. You had some college credit.
Yeah. I had Central State
college student.
Yeah. But even then, I didn't even think I used my Central State college
transcripts.
No, I used the ones from CTC and all that stuff when I was in. So that probably helped me get in because if I had to go straight off my high school transcripts, they were like, "Nigga, you crazy." I'm sorry.
No, you good. It's our podcast. Yeah, we say what we want to.
You crazy.
You know, we dropped a little beat.
But yeah.
You made me think of a question for you, even though we got the prompt here. Y'all know that joint JST stuff that you get? So there's a thing, right?
Sorry.
So we'll just tell me what it is in a minute, but let me explain to the audience. So there's that, take your military experience and get what? Civilian credit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about? What's it called?
Joint Service Transcript.
Okay, so there's also an acronym. I remember someone saying the Air Force, like, y'all be getting credit hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's a community college for us. So we...
say that again for everybody. You talking? We know what you're talking about. Say it for the audience.
The Air Force has the Community College of the Air Force, which is what we get credit for. We have like classes that we take for our levels.
Yeah.
And so it is an accredited institution. So that's what we use instead of doing The JST, which is what everybody else uses.
The branch is a community college.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. He told me that before.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
So their joint training be going straight through. When I clicked the link because I was sent that link at one point, and the only thing that transferred over was like, I want to say some chemical training. You know how we always do our little Don and Matt. I want to say like CLS training was like like 1 credit hour or something.
Yeah. It is like a lecture. So it's like nothing too crazy.
It was like combat lifesaver course. This is the ones I remember. Combat lifesaver course, some chemical stuff, and then all that Army crap that we have to do, the Army AKO, where you just sign up for random things and go find the answers online. I can say it now. I'm good. You go look up the answers, fill them things out, send that back to your company, and then you get the credit. That was like the only 3 things, and we didn't have much. I don't even know how many credit hours I got.
The only thing I used my JST for was to get promoted, to like send it off to I forgot what school it was, but you send your JST off to them, and they send you back like an official transcript with all like with everything evaluated. And then, in the Army, I don't know if you know, but in the Army you gotta have points, and college credits is points. So you get that official transcript back. You didn't really have to take no college. You get that official transcript back, turn it in to the S shop or whoever, and you'll get those credits for points to get promoted. And then that's how I got maxed out on college.
Was it Maryland University or Phoenix or nothing like that?
No.
Okay. Because I know those colleges be doing stuff like that.
I forgot what school it was. It was some aviation school that evaluated the credits. And I got like 100 and some credits back.
Oh, see, I didn't do that.
And then I got maxed out on college points for promotion.
That's why I wish you let you in, because you had college credits. I had Northland High School credits.
But I didn't put that like on my. The only thing I used was the CTC transcription, the University of Maryland transcripts.
Man,
that I needed.
I just remember feeling stupid when I finally did. I did it, and I got back that. It's like sending off a bunch because I put everything together. I had I Love Me folder book, right? I kept all the things and kept up to date. Man, I sent that off to them like, man, I'm about to have 100 credit hours.
Yeah.
Man, they probably sent me back like 4. It's like, yeah, there you go. You did a great job. You went to WLC. I'm like,
yeah. Well, and I did use my JST for to up my status for the parking pass for here.
All right, you can do that.
Yeah, you can update your status.
Okay.
It can bring you up from like a sophomore to a junior, so you can park in the C parking lot instead of the other parking lot.
Yeah.
Hey you, you're watching C.O.B. Make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe.